The next senior I would like to talk about, Tad Davis. I've now known Tad almost 6 years growing up, so I got to see him when Tad was probably this small. And still got to, his freshman year, we're still getting the shopping Kids R Us, so somewhere in a time frame he hit a growth spurt and went over 5'2" and 85 pounds. So, but from what I get out of the past, Tad had a really blossoming season last year as a player. He just got to watch Garrett and Davide, and he learned from those guys how to be a leader, how to take over games. Got a lot of awards last year, scored a lot of goals. Well, I came to Tad in preseason and I just said, hey man, this is your year. This is your year. You had to learn from the best last year, and you have to step up and you have to be that guy. This team is going to have some hardships, and we're going to have some battles, and we're going to fight, and they're not going to want to listen to you. They're going to want to listen to you, though. They're going to want to see you. They're going to want to see you still fighting when you're not having a good game, and when you're not scoring goals. And they're going to want to see you at halftime when you bring people in and you give them that extra cut. They want to see you when they think the referees are not giving us a fair shake. They want to see you when it's 0-0 and it's 100 degrees outside or 25 degrees and raining. And to be honest, I think that was a lot for him. He's a pretty humble guy. Doesn't like to carry things too much outwards. He doesn't like to bring it all out. And I think it was a really big, tough transformation for him to grow up and to realize what was going on. And once he realized, you're right, Coach. This team needs a leader, and it needs to be me. And I'm going to group up, and I'm going to get the other seniors to get with me, and we're going to get things going. And you don't get to where you're at, back-to-back districts, back-to-back league titles, dominance in our league, plus 50 goal differential. You don't get to those points without leaders. Mena and myself are not leaders. We're not out to lead soccer teams. Our job is the training grounds. Our job is to make substitution. Their job is to win games. And they need leaders. And there's one consistency in the last 2 seasons when it comes to goal scoring and leading, and that's been Tad. You can't take that away from what he's accomplished. This season, with some of the things that he got to accomplish, second team All-State, NSCAA Player of the Year, which you guys don't, or Player of the Week, which is a national recognition. This isn't a statewide recognition. This isn't a regional. This is national. This is every high school boys team in the United States. And Tad got Player of the Week. How many times has that come through in the program? And it's not Tad went out and scored 8 goals against Kennedy. It's not that Tad scored the winning goal against Riverview or whoever. It's teams had to worry about him because of his ability not to dribble people 1v1, but also his ability to make everybody else better. His ability to lay off passes. Yeah, he had a lot of goals. But if you look at the stat sheet, he had just as many assists. It wasn't 28 goals or 29 goals and 4 assists. It's 28 goals and 25 assists. You want to mark me? Fine. That kid can score. That kid can score. That kid can score. And that kid can score. And he found them. And that's something that is very rare. A lot of players, you look at other teams, they got kids with 25, 26 goals. Look at their assist total. It's not even close. He did break a modern day record here at Trenton with 28 goals. And let me explain a little bit what modern day means. Back before they had mercies, there are people that had more goals than he did. But there were games that were 16-0 and 17-0 where kids were putting in 7, 8 goals every single game. We don't have that privilege right now. We get to 8, it stops. So it's a modern day goal-breaking record. But what was not modern day, which is what all time in Trenton, is his assists. People want to talk about goal scoring. I talk about assists. How better do you make everybody else on the field? And I think he makes everybody better on the soccer field. I have a feeling he's going to continue playing. I think he's not done, which is great for me. Personally, not from a soccer coach standpoint, I couldn't ask for a better friend that is going to come back, you know, and he's welcome back, and Denny's welcome back, and Metosh, and all these guys are welcome back to this. This is their program, this is their school, this is their, now they are alumni. Tad, I can't. I've told you everything I've wanted to say in our own conversations. You know our relationship. You know where I stand with you. You know what I want you to accomplish, and you know that I'm going to watch you the next 4 years. And we're going to train, and we're going to get better. But it's just like I said to Denny, I'm a soccer coach that cares about coaching soccer second, and I more care about building relationships and developing stronger young men. And those two guys have grown and developed into just leaders. And I just can't wait to watch what they're going to accomplish in the next 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. So thank you, Tad. It has been an honor, pleasure, a privilege. Thank you, Denny. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a privilege. And that's Tad Hughes. Thank you.